Good evening, good evening, world. Good evening to you all. And welcome to yet another episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. And yes, although it is not early and it is the evening, we welcome you back to yet another fun-filled episode with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. As we embark upon what will be another great episode this evening as we begin our new season. We thank you for chopping it up with us, and we thank you in advance for the time that will be had. And so, yes, world, we are back like a shark attack. Back like we left something. Back like we ain't got no clothes on our back. And for the world is a better place in the moment when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so thank you for tuning in with us this evening as we converse about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via our two Facebook pages, the Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast community page, as well as additionally on our Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast Facebook page. You can find us live on Instagram at EMSTP underscore. Again, on IG at EMSTP underscore. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify is the Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, Ian Jones, or you can say Callie Watson, as well as our guests for that weekend or evening. Today is March 16th, 2026. We are in the midst of the NCAA tournament. We are in the midst of the St. Patrick's Day celebrations. And we have seen yet again another fascinating week in the sports world, gentlemen, where on yesterday, now I live in Guadalupe, Corey, I live in Guadalupe, Kevin, and Ian, I believe Ian just checked in. And so let me get Ian in here as well. And what it do, bro? And what's going on with you? And so yes, there he is. And what's going on, bro?
So what's up, fellas? What's up?
Yo,
What's
what's
up?
up,
What's up?
man?
What's up? Yes, yes. And so today is March 16th, 2026. And yes, we've seen a fascinating week in the sports world. Well, on yesterday, so I live in Guadalupe, fellas, but in Guadalupe, there are a lot of people from Haiti and there are a lot of people from Dominican Republic. And so in the barbershop, all the Dominican Republic people, and it's funny, don't laugh here, guys, but the name of the barbershop is called Barbershop USA.
Oh, wow.
And so, as I'm getting my haircut at Barbershop USA, a lot of Dominicans work there and Haitians. They cut hair. And so they get to talking crap about me about we're the best in baseball. We got Manny Machado. We got Abreu's for Venezuela. But you guys get it, okay? Dominican Republic got a lot of great baseball players, a lot of great pitchers. A lot of the MLB is full of people from Dominican Republic, okay? And so if you watch baseball, which Kevin, I know he does, Dominican Republic was fired up yesterday. They were fired up, and they wanted that game bad, Corey. And the United States stayed disciplined and just showed them what it was. They beat them 2-1 in the offensive slugfest, and it was quite, what do you say, intriguing because they thought that they were the best, etc. Just like they try to give me crap over here when we talk about basketball. Oh, Wemby's coming for you. Yeah, you guys got lucky, and so but the USA continues to show them. And so, anywho, fascinating week in the sports world. And additionally, we see a lot of moves made. Justin Fields today going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Good for good for. I'm hearing some in the background, but good for Justin. NBA is heating up. Bam Adebayo, guys, 83 points. Was it real? Was it a fraud? I don't know. Some people got their opinions. But regardless of the fact, with that being said, introducing my partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast and my brother from another mother, Mr. Ian Jones, a.k.a. Rod Tidwell, a.k.a. Peoples Hernandez, a.k.a. Lee Watson, Cal Lee Watson. Excuse me for messing that up. Mr. Ian Jones, my bro, what it do?
What's up, man? What's up, fellas? How y'all feeling tonight?
Man, doing good, doing good.
A lot of sports going on.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes. So, Corey, he is the head basketball coach for junior varsity at, is it TF South?
TF South.
Yes, I got it right. TF South High School. Corey is big into coaching. Corey is a big college basketball fan. Corey's a big basketball fan in general. He supports women's sports like drastically. He is a huge sports fan, and he is a great supporter of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. Corey, good evening, sir. How are you?
Sir, good evening. I'm doing good. Doing good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kevin Clark. Kevin Clark, guys, gave me my career start back at Allstate Investments. He was a guy that believed in me when people thought I was crazy. He believed in me and gave me a chance at Allstate Investments. And he's still in my life today, which is amazing. And so Kevin has been a big supporter of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. And Ian, he's been with us since we've started. Every single year, Kevin has rocked with us and been the man to introduce our inaugural seasons and talk college basketball with us. Kevin, without further ado, thank you again for joining us. Good evening, Mr. Kevin Clark. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Thanks, Brandon, for having me on. I love talking basketball. I love talking sports with you guys. There's a great baseball going on with the World Baseball Classic, and the season about to start. Yeah. And there's college basketball. There's our Chicago Bulls are tanking. I got my tank hat on. So
they definitely tanking.
It's so, and I got we'll see. But the Chicago sports with the Bears, it was good since last time we talked to you. We talked to you a bit, so the Bears have turned a corner, I think, with which is good compared to it's been a rough run in Chicago. You've missed ever since you left, Brandon. It's been a rough run here in Chicago sports. So we're suffering, and we're looking for anything Bears or Cubs or anything that has some success.
Yeah, but I mean, the Bears and the Cubs, they both made the playoffs, and so I mean that was kind of good,
series,
right?
They won a series, yeah,
and so the Cubs, they've made their transitions and they've made their acquisitions, etc. But before we get into that, let's talk about this because you see how random stuff work, or we could say God works, etc. Chicago Bears offseason moves. You guys knew we were going to talk about the Bears. We just always ADHD somehow get into them. Ian, I know you eating. Kevin as well, Corey. I mean, it's no further ado. I can talk just normal sports with you guys. It's not like there's somebody from Guadalupe that might not know football, etc. The Bears, they've let go a lot of their secondary. And if I'm not mistaken, they let go everybody on one-year deals. Kevin Byard to the Patriots.
The last standing man is Jalen Johnson.
Okay, he's the last man standing. Yeah.
Okay. I may be forgetting maybe a couple. Oh, well, Tyreek Stevenson and Kyler Gordon, but everybody else is gone. Everybody else is gone.
Everybody else is gone. They let go of 5 guys. And so the Bears are being very aggressive this offseason. Dalman retired, Kevin.
I know.
And he was just our Pro Bowler.
They made the trade for the New England center. I think it's a good trade. They got to get – I think the key is have the center relationship, have some experience in there. I think that was key to get that in. And I think with DJ Moore, the money-wise, they had to make a move. They had to make a trade and save some – freed up some cap space. So hopefully they'll spend it. They still got some money to spend on the defensive lineman, and I know they signed a safety from Seattle,
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be good. I think they'll get another safety. I think the key is get some more either a lineman or a tackle, definitely in the first 2 rounds, and then use some of that money they freed up to get another lineman. You can never have enough. You look at the last 2 seasons with Seattle and Philly winning. It was just they had so many excellent defensive linemen that they put pressure on the quarterback in both Super Bowls and both playoff runs. It makes a huge deal. So I think they have to go. I mean, you watch the Bears all year. It was the pass rush that was just wasn't there.
The pass rush was terrible.
Yeah,
awful.
It was awful. I mean, and when Gordon came back in the playoffs in the second game, they played better against the Rams with the defense. But Green
Bay kept them alive.
Yeah, they kept them alive. They had a blitz all day. So I mean, they were getting lucky they weren't getting burned. So they got to get pressure constantly, or at least just get in the top half, and then the offense. I think they'll be able to get another playmaker. Those are easier to find than with DJ Moore. You got two young receivers that in a young tight end that can that we're pretty confident in. So I think they're making the right moves, but I think this is a window the next 2 years with Caleb under a cheap contract. You got to go for it. I mean, it's there for the taking. There's no reason why they can't be a Super Bowl contender. They were a top five team at the end of the year. By the end of the year, they were a top 5 team. And if you're a top 5 team, you should be going for next couple of years while you're under that Caleb under the cheap contract. So that's why next 2 years you got to go for it.
Yeah. And bro, you like these moves or not? What is happening with the Bears? Break this down, man, because right now, I'm a little worried. They've been letting. I mean, I know teams when the offseason comes, they let people go, but the Bears have been aggressive, and it just reminds me, guys, of Ben Johnson, very aggressive.
Yeah, I think DJ Moore was that was strictly business, financially. The DBs, I was surprised that they let everybody go. And surprisingly, none of those guys really got like a big contract. I was expecting Deshaun Wright.
No, they all got 1 year deals, bro. They all got 1 year deals.
I was expecting Deshaun Wright,
all 5 of them.
to sign for about $10 million. Somebody maybe overpay him because he had a good year as far as the turnovers, but he only signed for $5 million. They let Gardner Johnson go the other day. He signed with the Bills, right?
I think so. Yeah, Buffalo. Yep.
They signed with the Bills.
Briscoe went to the Steelers.
Steelers. Yep, he went to the Steelers. Bayer is in New England.
Patriots?
Nobody got over 10 million, so I was shocked. I thought maybe one of them, would stick around. I do like the Kobe Bryant signing. So I guess this means that Roma Duze is the designated number 1, so he got to step up. This is his year, his 3rd year. Third time's a charm. Got to stay healthy. Got to step up. It's a big year for him. Like Kevin said, I agree. They need to work on the pass rush. Can never have too many O linemen. Linebacker.
Right, Tremaine.
We don't. Yeah, he's gone. TJ Edwards. I don't know if he's still officially signed. I know he's coming off an injury though. So
right.
Linebacker is a big need right now in my eyes. That's a big need. The front 8 is a big need really. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Still got the draft coming up. Still free agency. Some guys still may get traded, and got a couple months left. But we'll be back. We'll be back at it before you know it. But you still got the draft, so we'll see what they go through the draft.
Do they have 3 picks in the first 2 rounds now with the DJ Moore trade? Don't they have 3 picks? Because then they get a second. You got a second round.
They got a second round.
They traded a 5th. So
I know they got a second round. I know that.
So they have 3 picks in the first, 2 rounds. So I think that's where they're hoping they can rebuild a bit or get some, or they can trade them at some point. Trade up, trade down, and trade for somebody. So I think they have some assets they got to use. But three in the first 2 rounds is pretty good.
But yeah, I don't think I know everybody was thinking that we was gonna get Max Crosby, but they don't have the money for Max. They don't have the money for Max, so I don't think they'll have a big, signing. Trey Hendrickson, he ended up signing with the Ravens. I mean, he signed for $115, so I know they didn't have that either. So, I'm guessing they're just gonna try to build through the draft and put some pieces in here and there. But I like a couple of the moves. I'm just shocked. At least one of the defensive backs didn't stay. Like maybe Kevin Bayer. Maybe bring him back one more year.
I was hoping he stayed. He was the captain,
Yeah. Interceptions leader last year, second time in his career. He had a great year last year. So I maybe would have brought him back at least, for another 1 year deal or something like that. But I mean, It hasn't been a bad off season. It's been pretty productive. Like I say, I do like the Kobe Bryant signings. That was a good signing. I do like that. You know what? They did sign Devin Bush. They did sign Devin Bush.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good signing at linebacker. So I would
They did
say,
sign him from Cleveland. Yeah.
yeah, I would say get another linebacker. Get a little depth at linebacker and work on that D line. And
Right. What?
it might be time to get Montez Sweat out of here. If you don't do nothing this year.
Yeah, because he was very lackluster. But a
And
lot of people were saying he was lackluster, guys, because number 50 wouldn't get no damn pressure.
oh,
And Ian is my
Grady
witness.
Grady
Kevin,
Jarrett.
if you watch the podcast, Corey, Jamar tell you, I talked about number 50 all year. Number 50, number 50, number 50.
Grady
He couldn't get in the
Jarrett.
backfield for nothing. And so perhaps that compromised Montez Sweat because they double teaming him, Ian. And if you singular, ain't nobody double teaming you, Kevin, and you still can't get nowhere near the quarterback. It's free cookies, right,
Yeah.
Corey? It's just free cookies. And so the defensive line is crucial.
The
And
trenches
it's
win
very crucial.
championships.
Yes, but at least Devin Bush is fast. He might not be as heavy, but I like him because he at least fast. And Kobe's fast too, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, still gotta have the trenches though. Look at the last couple of Super Bowl winners, the Eagles, even this year, the Seahawks.
Yep.
The trenches.
Mhm.
That's what's gonna get us there.
Yeah. Corey, man, anything for the Bears offseason moves?
No, it's just pretty much kind of just like wait and see on what they do with the draft picks. That's gonna kind of.
By the way, three in the first 2 rounds, fellas. 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one for our first pick is 25. Second pick is 57, and the third is second round, but it's number 60 from the Bills.
Okay. And that's the DJ
Yeah.
Moore. That's from the DJ Moore third. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely use those for defensive linemen. Maybe two to three. I use some defensive linemen.
Yep.
So
Yes, and so, fellas, we have come here to talk about college basketball. And so, fellas, let's start with some of these questions. Right now, and you guys' opinion, and we're going to start with you, and you, Kevin, then you, Corey, and I'll just chime in, etc. But right now, you guys' opinions, who is the consensus favorite to win it all? Because although Duke's the number 1 seed, I'm a little confused, Corey, because they're down 2 starters.
Yeah, that's what.
And on top of that, they're in the East region, Kevin.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all took a look at your brackets, but that look like a hell show over there, gauntlet, because they got a lot of Hall of Famers over there. And so, just right now on paper, do you guys still think that Duke is the consensus favorite? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, a couple of my brackets, I filled out a few. I got Duke winning it all just because of the Boozer brothers and what they've been doing all year against all the tough competition, ACC, etc. But some's telling me, man, it's gonna be between either the Big Ten or SEC because both of those conferences got hella numbers. SEC got about 10 teams in a
Yeah, they got 10
and
in the tournament.
they got 10 teams in a 65 team pool, and then on top of that, the Big Ten is, hella loaded with Wisconsin knocking off people, Illinois, Michigan State, Purdue,
Michigan.
So just right now, quickly, Ian, who do you think people are picking it? Are they still picking Duke?
I think the mass majority of a lot of people probably will go with Duke.
Because I picked them like an idiot in one of my
I wouldn't sleep on you still got teams like Arizona, man. All of the top teams, man, are tough. These guys haven't lost over 5. A lot of these guys haven't lost over 5 games, So, but
right.
This is tournament time. This ain't a series. It only takes one bad night in that dream season. So anything is possible. But I think the consensus is I think everybody's on the Duke wave right now, as of right now.
Right. Yeah. Kevin, what do you think? You think as well, Duke?
I don't think Duke's going to win it, but I mean, I think with the injuries, it's gonna take a toll on them. And the crazy stat I was looking at was like the number one overall seed is only won it 4 times in the last 21 years.
So wow,
that's tough. That's tough. And the other one was like out of the last 18 championships, 14 have been a number one seed. So usually a number one seed is winning. It's about 75% of the time, but not the overall number one. And so that's why with their injuries and you have a target on their back and extra pressure, and the region is loaded. St. John's is
Big East champs, right?
They should have been a top 4 seed, and UConn and Michigan State have the experience. I mean, UConn has the angry head coach who wins championships, and himself, Hurley.
He's a great coach, though, Hurley, right?
He's a great coach.
Yeah, great coach.
It was great. The other day, him and his brother got teed up and ejected on the same day. And then Michigan State, they're strong. I mean, the East, we'll talk more, but I'm sure the East is definitely the strongest. And I don't think Duke's going to come out in there. I think either Michigan State or UConn. I'm leaning towards Michigan State, knocking them off. But St. John's will give them a battle. St. John's really underperformed last year. I think they might make the recovery. They're 17-1 in the last 18. Last year they were 2 seed and got upset by Arkansas. They I think they're due this year. Hopefully he learned his lessons. That's kind of I'm leaning Duke's not going to win it, but they probably have the best team when they're all healthy. But I have not winning. That's kind of my view.
Okay, yeah. Just Corey, you're a big expert as well in college basketball. You think most people are picking Duke, right?
No. That's my team, but I haven't even put an asterisk mark on this year because of the health. I think that's hard. I don't even think it's a consensus this year, but I would say that people probably leaning towards Arizona. I think people leaning towards Arizona because of the. I think if Duke had all 5 guys, at least if they went down 2 starters, I think definitely they'd probably be heavier favorites. But then also, like I said, they gave them a raw deal, like I said, being the number 1 overall seed and loading up that region like they did. That was kind of a raw deal. They should have got the easiest road. Look like Michigan probably got the easiest road when you look at the look at the brackets.
Look at their region, yeah.
As far as the number one seeds, but yeah, definitely should be real interesting on how it go. Like I say, since you made me fill out this bracket kind of early, so I was kind of like, hold on. There's a few injury things going on. I'm listening to some injuries out here. There's kids getting in trouble, doing silly stuff. So it's like it's a lot going on.
Yeah, and the good thing about it though, Corey, is that on ESPN, as an example, you can fill out 25 brackets. So although we did our brackets early, you got all of tomorrow to get some brackets in as well. Which is, speaking of the brackets, guys, Ian, Corey, Kevin, which team do you think are sleepers? I mean, are we talking like, as example, I'm talking double-digit teams. Tennessee State. Well, congrats to the kid from Duke.
Nolan Smith.
Congrats to McNamara. He used to play for Syracuse, Kevin. He got Siena in. Howard University, 4 out of 5 years winning the MEAC. Penn. I mean, they outlasted Yale. I watched that game yesterday. That was great. And they play Illinois.
Long Island. Don't forget Long Island. The coach.
Long Island. Queens. They play Purdue. They play Purdue, and Purdue known to choke in the NCAA tournament. So anything's possible with Purdue.
No, they play Arizona.
They play Arizona.
They got Arizona.
Who, Queens?
No. I'm talking Long Island.
Long Island.
Oh, yeah, Long Island. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And my man Rod Strickland went to school with him. So Exactly. And so, it's a lot of notable names here. And so, which team, Ian, starting with you, which team you think, man, is a sleeper, somebody that can just cause some chaos in some brackets?
I wouldn't say they're a sleeper. Well, actually, both teams. I wouldn't say they're a sleeper, but I don't think people really believe in them. I would say Miami of Ohio, SMU. I'm really excited
Come
to see
on.
that first round game.
Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio. You where
I
I'm at
want to see.
in.
I want to
They
see
so
that first round
disrespectful to
game.
this team
I
all year.
honestly, I don't know who takes that first round game, but I think it might be one of the best ones. I'd be surprised if somebody gets blown out.
Mm-hmm.
You must be
Okay.
reading what I had the same idea. Well, I mean, just to add on, there's the 11th seed. Whoever's 11th seed is actually like in the last 15 years, they make it more to the Elite Eight than the 6, 7, and 8 seed. So
Yeah.
you got it, and there's always one double digit, like almost every year, like 30 of the last 40 years, one double digit makes it, and it's usually the 11th. It's
So
usually
are you
the
talking
11th
South
seed.
Florida, Kevin?
South Florida's gonna be good. They might. South Florida's got a shot,
They
but
play Louisville.
they would be my other pick.
I got
I
them
still don't
beat
think Michigan
Louisville,
State.
actually.
I think I have South Florida winning, but I don't know if they can beat Michigan State.
Right.
I'm just looking at. I think you're with Ian with Tennessee is vulnerable as a 3 seed, and so Virginia.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee's a 6 and Virginia's a 3. So I think that's a spot. Whoever wins that game, I think, has got a good shot of making it. I agree with you totally. That's the one. You got to pick one double digit. You got to figure out which double digit. And it's sometimes the 10 seed is sometimes hard. Got to beat a 2 seed. And I think the 11 seed it's usually a pretty good team. It's usually better than the 12 seeds team by a lot. And I think that's where you can win you just got to beat a 6 and a 3. So that's more doable than so that's I would agree that's a sleeper pick right there. Whoever wins that Miami TCU game, SMU game, sorry, Miami SU.
Okay. Corey, you got a sleeper or any sleepers?
Yeah, my sleeper, who I'm saying for the double digits, and it's kind of going. I think it's going off a default. What I'm just kind of playing with right now. I'm putting Akron as a sleeper at the 12 seed.
Yes. Because they won the match.
Yeah, and the fact that Texas Tech got injuries. That's why I say they down the guy, and somebody else JT Toppin is.
JT Toppin, yeah.
And Henderson, he might be a little questionable. So I'm thinking that they can beat them because of injuries, and then I picked them to beat the next round because I would have picked Alabama, but based on their second leading scorer just catching a case and getting removed from school today. I don't know how that.
Yeah, it was crazy to hear that, man.
I don't know
it's
how
a
that's
fine time to get released from school.
I know, right?
So I kind of got Hofstra beating Alabama, so I got Akron and Hofstra playing each other in the second round, and Akron kind of sliding over almost off default. But we'll see.
Alabama does not play defense. Alabama's defense. I mean, the high scoring.
Yeah, their defense, Kevin.
Yeah, they do not play defense. They're the high scoring team in the country, but they're 91 points a game, but they don't play much defense. Alabama.
And now you
right.
missing some of that scoring.
Yeah. And so, guys, it's so many teams for me that I'm looking at that are potential sleepers. And it's just me, since I'm, obviously talking to you guys, I've been trying to watch Kevin for the last few weeks. Santa Clara for me, I watched them in the WCC.
Yep.
Dude, do they play fast?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, do they have just guys that can score? I feel like they got 5 guys that can legitimately score the ball. And I know Kentucky has, a great pedigree. They're Kentucky, etc. But if we're talking about a sleeper, I think Santa Clara, Kevin, can beat Kentucky.
Definitely.
I truly believe they can beat Kentucky, and they can probably give Iowa State a run for their money, like a serious run for their money, like a really, really, really serious run for their money. So I want to point that one out right now. Additionally, South Florida, I got a chance to watch them. They play, and they got some great guards on their teams. I don't even know these kids' names. I just know that when I watched them a couple times throughout the year, and even just recently in that tournament, they got some really good guards that, I don't know if they'll be draft picks in the NBA, but they can hoop, Ian. They can hoop.
Yeah.
And for me, Louisville has been questionable all year. And South Florida has been very consistent. And they're an 11 seed, just like you said, Kevin.
Yep.
Just like you said. And so I just want to point that one out as well. And then the East. St. John's, I know St. John's got a great pedigree, but I don't know. Just upon my research, Kevin, I've been hearing about Northern Iowa.
They played really good in that tournament, and they have some score. I watched the UIC game. I watched I think it'd be Bradley or Illinois State the day before. I watched that because there's a lot of local teams in that tournament. UIC almost made it. They could not stop Northern Iowa. Their offense, and I think the guards Peterson or something. They couldn't stop them. I mean, they were a very efficient team. They're going to give St. John's a run. They could beat St. John's. St. John's got to get screwed, like I said. And Northern Iowa is probably the best 12 seed. They're the best 12 seed for sure. I think they're gonna. I don't know if they'll beat St. John's. They're going to give them a really good game.
Yes, a lot of people say St. John's got screwed because they were Big East champs.
Yeah. Regular season and postseason. Regular season and tournament too.
Right. But the only thing that was the problem with St. John's is I believe they didn't have any wins against ranked teams, I believe, or tournament teams or something like that.
But they're outside the conference. They were down in December, but the Big East was
down this year. Yeah.
Big East, I mean, Paul was they came in sixth and they weren't that good. The Big East had two teams. Villanova's pretty good, and after that it's bad.
Yeah,
the other 8 teams are not good. So it was basically 3 teams. So they got hurt because their schedule, besides Connecticut and Villanova, everyone they played was lowly ranked. I mean, they beat everyone. They went 17-1 and one lost to Connecticut, but they beat them twice. So, or I think they lost them twice. But they beat them once at least.
They beat them twice.
They beat them twice. Okay, they beat them twice. I just think the Big East was so down. It was just so no one good. And they had a couple losses out of conference, but they dominated the conference. But they're playing better. They got an experienced coach. I would think they have some success this year. I think they can get by Kansas. I think it's shaky. Kansas need to play great or play really awful. They scored 40 points in their tournament game, which is crazy. Where Kansas team scored 40 points, 49 points or something. So
and to have this projected first round pick, top 5 pick, I mean,
it doesn't. Yeah,
scoring 46 points in the game.
46 points. It was 46. I saw that. But I agree with you. Northern Iowa. That's a good pick. That's a good sleeper pick. I think that's one of the dangerous teams that could sneak. If they get by St. John's, I think they can beat Kansas.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, guys, which bracket do you think is the most tough out of these brackets?
I think it's a consensus that we all know who got the toughest bracket.
Say that East.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely that East.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys this: how do you guys feel about Illinois this year?
Illinois.
It's my team.
I'm worried, man.
They've been so up and down. I think Illinois the type of team that can beat anybody and then come out and lose.
Lose to anybody.
Yeah. But I think I got them going. I got them losing against Houston, though.
Yeah, I have them losing to Houston, and I mean, it's at Houston. That's a problem.
Right, Houston's going to be playing in Houston.
Houston's going to have a slight home court advantage, maybe more than slight. I think they're going to be dangerous, and Houston's got experience. They were a couple points away from winning it last year, right? So, and they got the freshman guard. That should be. I think I want them. I mean, they were playing so good. They had 11-game winning streak early in the year, Illinois. They were playing so good, moving the ball, shooting the basket. They would run up and down, and then their defense fell apart in a bunch of games. The UCLA game was a disaster.
Oh, that was a disaster. Yeah.
Just up 20.
They struggled against Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, they lost twice over.
Beat them twice.
They lose all these overtime games. Michigan, they didn't play great against Michigan. Everyone else, they forced to overtime. They lost 4 games in overtime in the Big Ten tournament. So, and they only lost Michigan, and Michigan played their best game, I thought, against them. But when Illinois on, they could beat anybody because they got all shooters. The guard, when they played Purdue that early in the year, he scored 46 or he set the all-time record. And I mean, if he gets to the hoop, he can shoot the 3. But I think they figured out since then they've been guarding him a little tighter and making him drive every time. So, but I think the Houston-Illinois game with Flemings and Houston, a freshman guard, and Wagler, I think it's going to be a great game. I think Illinois should be North Carolina to get if they don't make the lead at 3-16, it's a total wasted season.
I actually got VCU beating North Carolina.
I think VCU. I think I got that too.
Yeah, I can see that, y'all. I can see that.
I think the 6 seeds are all kind of weak. I think all the 6 seeds are all kind of shaky. That's why I think
I can see that.
I think all 4 6 seeds are shaky, and VCU, North Carolina is a 2-point favorite, and their main guy's injured. One of their main guys is injured, so Lauer or something. So I think Illinois is. There's no excuse for Illinois not to make the Sweet 16 this year. No excuse.
Yeah, they better not lose the Penn. They better not lose to Pennsylvania.
Last year they were kind of flawed. When they lost by 44 to Duke last year in late February, I'm like, okay, you can't lose a game, by 40 points and still have some success in the tournament like in February. You know what I mean? It's like you didn't know didn't have enough big guys.
I remember that. And then Kevin, didn't they get blew out as well in the NCAA tournament?
They lost Kentucky by 12. Kentucky, you couldn't miss a shot. I mean, they lost Kentucky in the round. It was a 6-3 game. It was a 6. Illinois was a 6. Kentucky was a 3. Illinois was only a 2-point underdog and lost by 10. They couldn't stop them. Illinois had no defense last year, and they had two freshman guards that both went pro. But I mean, he restocked. He did a great job restocking. And this team is better. I just don't. Wagler's going to have to be like Shannon was 2 years ago and take over like Shannon took over and got them to the Elite 8, and then they faced Connecticut. So they can get there. They could beat Houston, and they could beat Florida. I mean, I think they can. I mean, they're good when they just got to play to that capability, play some defense, and get the rebounding, pass the ball. They got shooters. Everyone can shoot on that team.
They got shooters.
That's one thing that I was just going to say, gentlemen.
They got shooters.
Illinois can score the ball.
They scored. Their offense
put up a lot of points.
Yeah, I've
watched. That's why. That's why I view the Big Ten as dangerous because Wisconsin can score the ball a lot. If y'all watch Wisconsin all year, they put up 80, 90 points on team.
Two guys scored 30 points against Illinois in that game Friday.
Exactly.
Blackwell and I don't know what the other guy was, but they couldn't stop him. Illinois was up 15 in the second half. Again, it's frustrating. When you get up 15 points, there's no excuse in the second half or 23 in the first half.
You gotta get stops.
You can't blow those leads. That's killer.
Right. And so I think Illinois gonna be a really fun team to watch in. But they gotta. I think they're gonna get a really good test against Pennsylvania. I don't know why I'm feeling that, and I can say how I feel randomly because it's the NCAA tournament. Anything's possible, and so I'm just thinking like it's going to be tougher than what people. I see Illinois being a 24.5-point favorite against Pennsylvania, and that's just so disrespectful. But I think that game's going to be a lot tougher. But that North Carolina VCU winner, Illinois can win that game as well. They should win that game. And I even think, guys, I know this sounds a little crazy. They could beat Houston too.
I think
Houston, absolutely. Because Houston, they can. I feel like they don't score the ball as well in certain moments. Like I was just watching him the other day, and shout out to Master P, the rapper. He got a son that played for Houston, and he literally leading their points in the other day in the championship game, and that's a concern for me because Miller come off the bench, and so if Illinois play Houston, I feel like Illinois with how hot they can get, how streaky they can get. Like Corey said, they can lose, they can win anybody. They play their right basketball. Illinois could be dangerous. They could be really dangerous. This could be a year, man. This could be a year Illinois mess around and go to the Elite Eight, Final Four, something like that. This could be the year. And so
that's why I mean that's why I asked. I mean they could play with anybody. It's just all about them being consistent.
Being consistent. Well, they're gonna have to break their curse of not beating a seed two seeds higher than them. They have to take down one seed. They've never beaten a seed two seeds higher than them ever since the tournament got ranked. They were a 3 seed a couple years ago. They beat Iowa State as a 2 seed. That's 1 seed, but they've like a decent upset, like a 3 versus 1. They've never done it. I mean, that's their tournament record is so shaky. I mean, but I think he's a good coach. I think they got the team. I don't want to hex them, so I'm having moved to Houston. Maybe I'll be cheering for them. Definitely for a great team after the fall.
And so, guys, before we get to our bracket reveal, and before we get to the women's brackets champs, curious, Ian, which team, and Kevin and Corey, and you start first. Which player, man, or which team? Either one. Which team or player are you looking most forward to watching? Because there are some players that got a lot to prove here. There are some teams that might be fun to watch.
I would say the guy from I can't say his last name. The guy from BYU. I want to see how he performs in
the
I want to see how he performs in the tournament. That's basically where you make your name. I mean, I know he's gonna be lottery. He's gonna be a top 3 pick, but I want to see. I basically want to see somebody do what Carmelo Anthony did. I don't think we've seen that in a while. I want to see somebody have that type of impact on the game and really, really put the team on their back and really, really do that.
Right. Do they have to be a freshman though, like Carmelo?
I won't say they have to be a freshman. So, I mean, we've seen other guys do it, like Kemba Walker.
Right, and Shabazz Napier. Remember that team from Connecticut?
We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of guys do it, but I don't think we've seen like one of these really hyped true freshmen come in and really, really do that since then. Some have got close. First with
Cooper had a Duke in the 4 last year, and they choked it.
Yeah.
Right.
Cooper had them in the 4, so.
D Rose.
Yeah. Taking it back. Yeah.
Close.
We see some guys. Yep. I just wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted to get that feeling back again, but I mean, with the NIL and everything, I don't think it'll be anything close to that.
Yeah, man, with the NIL now, it's a lot more competitive now. Especially with all these guys transferring all over the place. Yeah. Kevin, which team or player or both are you most looking forward to watching?
I think it was mentioned earlier. I want to see the Houston, Illinois, the Flemings versus Wagler game. I haven't seen much Houston all year, but I've seen a lot of Illinois, and he's a good freshman guard. I want again, seeing those freshmen, see if they can dominate the guards. An old school guy, Avila on St. Louis with the goggles.
And that's a South Suburban kid. That's one of my South Suburban kids.
Yeah, he's got that.
Corey as well. Do you know the Jones kid as well for St. Louis?
That's a good friend of mine. Him and my son went to grammar school and high school together.
You talking about Daniel Jones, right? Okay. His uncle Daniel Jones.
His uncle Daniel. Yeah, his father Quincy, good friends. That's Daniel's brother.
Wow. Daniel is a member of Grown Man Growing Man. And he's been on the podcast, and he supports the podcast a lot. And I don't know if you guys saw his comment, but his nephew starts for St. Louis.
Yeah, Quentin.
And so
Quentin. That's my
Quentin
guy.
Jones, and he's ecstatic right now. He's ecstatic right now. That's a game I'm looking forward to. I know you're going, Kevin, but I'm looking forward to that Georgia and St. Louis because Georgia can score the ball too.
Thursday night, 8:45. So that should be a good game.
That's going to be a game.
They're going to have a tough game against Michigan. Michigan has some good players. I watched that Michigan-Illinois game. They were tough. Maurice Johnson and
Illinois. Another one of my South Suburban kids.
He got schooled like Mr. Illinois, right? 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Basketball in Illinois, and he improved so much over 1 year. He was good last year, but he wasn't like this. He a beast. He just works hard. Just like his work ethic is just crazy. That when you just watch him play, it's just like. And you just watch him get better and better, and it's more so just about the intensity. He's not like the most skilled, but he just plays so hard. It just makes the difference. I mean, their front line is incredible. I mean, the big guy, Mara. I mean, he's 7'3".
Yeah, Mara. Yeah,
Mara's a monster. I mean, I think they're going to be tough. I mean, I haven't gone to the Final Four. I don't see Georgia or St. Louis beating them. But that should be a good little bracket with Michigan, Georgia, St. Louis, and that little those games should be good. And Michigan's going to have a lot of fans here from Chicago. They're in Chicago, assuming they make the Sweet 16. They're going to draw a lot of fans and kind of have a decent home court advantage, I think, here too with so many Michigan people around here. I was hoping Illinois could get here, but they just didn't have a strong enough season, so they got sent to Carolina to play Carolina or Greenville, and they got to go to Houston to fight for Houston. That's tough.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys. Like I said, I want to see. I mean, there's going to be some, guys are going to come out of nowhere. But I do want to bring up, the NIL money stuff. NIL, I think it also makes upsets harder this year. Actually, it's like last year. There's not many like the low seeds, the 13 to 16. I don't know if you'll see much because there's such a big gap.
Right.
Money, the top 4 seeds. I don't think anyone lost last year.
Right.
Yeah.
They made it.
The old days, 13-4, 14-3. I don't think it's happening anymore because they're not as high quality teams. Just with NIL money, you have a decent guy and a good school, he's gone. So they're gone.
If he have a good year, it's like free agency.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like that across the board for sure.
Yeah.
He's moving on up like the Jeffersons.
Yeah, moving up. As soon as you can just be solid, and if you have any success at, in a Rising League or in whatever, small league, medium league,
and you're going Power 4.
You're going to SEC, you're going to Big 10, you're going to Big East, you're going to, Big 12. They're going to pinch you and get you money, and then you can't have that good year next year. So it's always these teams coming. It's hard to build success. I mean, Northern Iowa they returned 11 guys.
Wow, so that's unheard of in this era. Yeah, that's unheard of in this era.
The coach has been there 20 years. I mean, they hadn't made the tournament in a few years, but they had a lot of success over the 20 years. They won their conference like 6 times. So he's had a lot of success, and he brought back everybody back basically, and they're solid. That's why that's hard to do, right? It's hard to bring everyone back because if you're decent this year, you don't have seniors dominating your team, then you're going to get plucked, and it's hard to repeat the next year. So you see all these 13 to 16 seeds or 12 to 16 seeds. There's not many repeating teams, or they lost all these guys, so they're not like getting much better.
Not building that camaraderie no more. They coming in with a brand new team every year, basically.
And the top 4 seeds in each group are pretty strong. That they're going to win that first game. Every spread I think is over 20 points basically from the top 4 down. So it's like you gotta be 20-point spread to win. You're 20-point underdog going in. So it's tough.
Very tough.
Yeah, so that's kind of those are a couple guys I was bringing up. So.
Yeah, Corey. Which teams or which players are you looking forward to watching?
I'm looking for the players outside of my team and Duke, but the players. I'm looking to see what Cam Boozer can he continue to win. That's one thing about him and him and his brother, they've been winning at all levels. They won at EYBL 3 years. They won Florida State high school championships 4 years. They won the National Geico 1 year. So I'm just looking to see what Cam Boozer, what he can continue to do. I'm looking basically all the freshmen that we've been talking about all year. I'm looking to see, like Ian said, with AJ DeBaster, what this just time to shine. I'm looking to see what Darren Peterson gonna do at Kansas. We seen you come and light it up for 20, then sit down and don't play the second half.
Crazy.
It's
That
like
is crazy.
it's like
crazy.
So what you gonna do in the tournament? What you gonna do in the tournament now that your team needs you? You can't go sit down. You can't go sit down now. So I'm looking to see what Darren Peterson gonna do. I'm looking at Arkansas. Look at what Darius Acuff gonna do. Because it's like people kind of
SEC Player of the Year, right?
Yeah, everybody kind of forgot about him for a while, but now he's just been heating it up at Arkansas. So just another top freshman guard. They want to see what he's going to do. Who else? What other friend? Like y'all already named Wagler, and then Kingston Fleming from Houston. Just another. I want to see what all these freshmen. Since this is supposed to be one of the best draft classes in a while. I'm waiting to see, what they're gonna do when the lights is on. So yeah, basically all those freshmen are pretty much named. Waiting to see what they're gonna do. I'm trying to think about forgetting somebody else. As far as like a upperclassman, just Jeremy Fears. Just looking to see what he's gonna keep doing. He's been playing real good for Michigan State. So especially being from the area, they want to keep want to see what he's gonna do, and hope he keep his head on straight. He had a few goofball moments this year with a few little dirty plays, but hopefully he can keep his head on straight and just go out here and play basketball. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so, guys, for me, Cameron Boozer definitely. And this is just mentioning what you said, and like, I don't know if you know, guys, Cam is averaging 23, 10, and 4. So he's definitely a top prospect. Dibonsa for BYU, 25. He's very explosive. Great defensively as well. Great defensively. Darren Peterson, we know about him. What about this kid from Michigan, Yaxel Lindebor? He's a pretty good ball player too.
He's a good one. He kind of fit in the mold that what you all were just talking about. He's kept moving up ranks every time. He was at UAB, had a good year, and now went to Michigan. They paid him. I read something today where he said Kentucky offered him between $7 to $9 million in NIL when he hit the portal this year, but he chose Michigan because he said it wasn't all about the money.
Oh my goodness, this is just crazy.
And he probably got 6 or 7 at Michigan.
Michigan, right? It ain't that far off, right?
That's crazy, man. That is nuts. That's crazy.
I mean, Kentucky has money to throw away. I mean, they spent 22 million or some crazy number on their team, and a lot of pressure on them for their seed is 7 seed or 6 seed is a lot of pressure on him because they spent the most money, and with that NIL as a 7 seed, they got a lot of pressure to win. So that's just throwing the money.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Just to think, when we was in college, like,
you guys need to go back to college, get your eligibility.
Oh my god.
You know what? One of my cousins, he played football at Purdue around like 2012, and we always had this conversation like, man, we was just born literally 10, 15 years too early. Too early, bro.
Right.
Like, man, the stuff that these guys get, the privileges, and the things they get away with is crazy, man. It's a whole different ball game, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Northwestern, by the way, because they were for years, guys. And Kevin, you probably know this, being from the area. By the way, Jamar guys stated Illinois is dangerous.
They're dangerous.
Yeah. That. For players getting paid, Northwestern, they were fighting for this for years behind the scenes.
Yep.
For years and years and years. And it began to build momentum 2015, 2017. You'll see a little article on ESPN here and there. Somebody's fighting, so somebody's trying to get attention. And it finally hit the surface to where athletes are getting paid. And now you see this NIL. And you just see it all over the place now. And wow, to just think that these kids, if they're top players, they're going into the NFL and NBA with millions already. That's
crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I seen an interesting stat. I should have clipped. I thought I should have clipped it and brought it on the podcast. Just talking about this NIL. They were showing the teams that's playing in the tournament, a lot of these first round teams, and they had the NIL gap. So it was like Duke, what they spent, what each school was spending, like Duke playing Siena, where Duke spent like 20-something million in NIL total, and Siena spent 900,000. You know,
that's crazy.
And they were just showing some of the other schools. I admit that I should have clipped it. It was interesting to see the gap, between the top schools and some of the schools that they're playing, what they're spending compared to what the other schools had to spend. Yeah, it was real interesting.
But I mean, even with Siena only spending 900,000, you got to think these is 18, 19-year-old kids. It's people that go to work and they making more, probably just sitting on the bench or playing basketball, and people going to work 9 to 5 every day. It's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy. So let alone 20 million. That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Right. And so I know artificial intelligence, Kevin, is taking jobs now. But if you play sports, man, and you get your degree and you're a top player, NBA don't work out. You're all right. You just buy a couple buildings.
Right, man. Start a couple businesses.
I'm 40 years too late. I'm 40 years too late. If I would have known this, I would have worked on my jump shot 40 years ago instead of the last few years.
Oh my goodness!
I can shoot now. I have no. It's no shoot now. If I could shoot when I was 17 and had speed, it'd be dangerous.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of dangerous, in the NCAA tournament, let's break down our brackets. And so, Ian, Kevin, Corey, we'll start with you, Ian, Kevin, Corey, and then I'll go last. Bro, Ian, who you got for the Natty, man? Like, break down your bracket for us, bro. At least one of them, if you got.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got multiple, but.
So I only got one bracket so far. I'll do another one, but this one bracket I had Arizona winning it all. I had Arizona.
Okay.
I had Arizona.
Who you got for your Final Four?
The Final Four was, let me double check. Final Four. So I had Zona and Duke, but I don't really, like you said, I don't really think Duke is gonna get that far. But I do think Arizona will get that far. Now if they win it, they just my favorite to win it in that bracket. But Duke, man. But I mean, you can't really sleep on them. They still Duke. They still got that pedigree. But like you guys stated, they coming in the tournament with injuries, and they do have they come out the hardest bracket. So anything can happen in that bracket. Any night.
Right.
So, but I did Arizona.
Okay. Yep. Kev, break down your bracket for us.
I got Arizona winning it. So it's going to be someone's going to break a long curse, or not a curse, but a long drought. I got Houston, who's never won it. It's been there playing Arizona. And I got Michigan State. So West Coast teams, Arizona, West Coast team hasn't won it in 25 years. Since 2000, 1999, they haven't won. No West Coast team has won it in a long time, since I think the last time Arizona won it. And no Big Ten team has won it since the Michigan State team.
Michigan State,
2000. So
yeah, 2000. Mateen Cleaves. Yeah,
Mateen Cleaves, right. So, I mean, both no West Coast team, no Big Ten team, and Houston has been at the door the last few years. So I think that's my Final Four. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely some other teams that can make it, like talking about Florida, Illinois, Duke definitely can make it. Michigan could have. Iowa State is going to be tough coming out of the Midwest. And Purdue, Purdue's looked really good recently in the Big Ten. But they had a bad stretch there. But they have experience. The guardsman there forever. He came back and they got some height. They won the tournament, Big Ten tournament. I think they could come out as a 2 seed there. So I think that's there's a few other teams, but I'm going to go with those 4 for now in the first bracket. There could be a second bracket and the third bracket. It's just Monday, so things can change. Maybe I'll have a good one bracket. We'll figure it out. So
everybody bracket will change after night 1.
Right.
First weekend.
Yeah, I mean, some people taking on like going to Final Four. I mean, I was looking at ESPN. I'm like,
oh man, when I give you guys Jamar pick, y'all finna crack up because y'all finna crack up when I tell y'all. When I show y'all this man's Final Four, it's gonna be crazy.
It better not be Purdue. They have let us down.
I mean, but to make a case for Purdue, they just beat Michigan, and
no pressure on them. No pressure on them now. Yeah, no pressure.
And they were the consensus preseason number 1 coming into the season. Corey, Purdue was ranked number 1 coming into the season.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they were 17-0, right? 17-1 Purdue or something.
At one point until they ran into their slump.
They had a big slump.
Yeah. And so I mean, but we got 2 teams for Arizona right now. We got 2 picks for Arizona. Go ahead, Corey, because
so it's funny. I just looked at this. I did 2 brackets quick. I just looked at it, but I actually picked the same Final Four in both brackets. So I'm just giving you my 4 is Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Michigan. So that's the Final Four. That's the Final Four I picked in both my brackets, and then the one of them I got Duke and Arizona in the championship, and I ain't even put a champion down, but I'm probably gonna put. Of course, my heart is saying Duke, but because of the injuries, I'll probably throw Arizona there, and then in the other bracket I actually had Michigan. I got Michigan winning it. But like I say, they are hurting. Like I say, they do have an injury as well with like their 6th man with LJ Carson tore his ACL, so that will kind of hamper them. But so I got, like I said, I put Arizona in one and Michigan in the other one.
Yeah, this is very, very interesting. And so, so Illinois is dangerous. It's a variety of brackets. And so for one of my brackets, I picked Duke. But after I really, really, really began to look at things, guys, as I really began to settle down and say, hey, my Final Four is kind of an old school Final Four with tough teams. So for me, I got coming out of East UConn. I think UConn is one of the best teams in the country. They have one of the best coaches in the country. They prove it. They're tough as nails. Hurley's tough as nails. I think they're just going to find a way. I don't even have Duke making it out of the Sweet 16.
Right.
I know Cameron Booz is great, but I think St. John's is going to beat them up.
But you figure Duke is the number 1 defensive team in the country, though. You got to remember that.
I know. This is true. This is true. But St. John's is great defensively, too. And if they would even get past St. John's, I don't even think they'll get past UConn. So I got UConn coming out of the East. Arizona, guys, I got them in the Elite 8, but I got them losing to Wisconsin. Why? Why I like Wisconsin? Because Wisconsin can score with anybody. And I honestly think that if they play Arizona if they play Wisconsin or Arkansas, both of them can outscore them. Any given day, they'll give them a lot of hell, a lot of trouble. And if they were to get past one of them, it would not be an easy game. I think Wisconsin, man, this Big Ten, I said it, it's a gauntlet, and it's really tough. And so, I do got Michigan coming out of the Midwest, and I got them beating Iowa State. And then actually for the South, I got Florida. And so, I got Florida. And so for actually my national championship, I wish I could have put UConn and Florida because those were like the teams I wanted to see. But I'll hopefully see them in the Final Four. And so I got Florida, and then I have Michigan. And so my national championship is Florida and Michigan, and I got Florida repeating.
That's big.
I got Florida repeating.
Or UConn and Florida would be crazy. That'd be the two last national champions. That'd be a crazy match. I don't know if we've seen that. I don't know if we've seen that in a long time or ever even.
Right.
Two last national championships playing and then the next match. I would have to go back, but I don't remember that happening recently or a long time. So.
Right. Guys, for the Final Four, Jamar actually has Michigan State coming out of the East. And I don't kind of blame him because I was stuck between Michigan State and UConn. That's going to be a really tough bracket, but I don't think Duke, they finesse. I know they can get dirty, Corey, but they're really young. They're really young. And so that might come back to bite them. I don't know if Jamar's being biased here, but he got Illinois coming out of.
He went all Big Ten. I already see that.
Yep, he got Illinois. He got Illinois coming out the South. He got Purdue coming out. He got Purdue actually coming out.
He has the Big Ten. He has the Big Ten.
Yeah, and then he has Michigan.
Oh my gosh!
And so his Final Four is all Big Ten teams. And Jamar, in that case, who would be the national championship? Is it Michigan State versus Michigan?
Oh my gosh!
Something like that would be crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie. Something like that would be.
Absolutely crazy, especially in Chicago.
Once in a lifetime. In a lifetime.
Because we got so many people that, Illinois, Purdue, Michigan State in this area.
So many people that went to those schools that live in this area. It's crazy. Yeah.
Isn't the championship in Indy? It's in Indy this year too, right?
Yep. And it's down the street.
It's all big sports events seem like damn near outside of the Super Bowl. A lot of big sports events are in Indianapolis, so it doesn't.
College sports, definitely.
Definitely, like the home turf, and so and so his national championship is Illinois versus Michigan.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
I'll take that. I mean, but again, he might be. He's dreaming. Hopefully, he might be dreaming. I would love to see that. That'd be great.
Big
it would
Ten,
be great. I mean,
1989. It could be
two blue bloods. Yeah.
Two Big Ten teams, two rivals. Illinois being back in the national championship
since 2005? Yeah.
2005
with D. Brown.
Brown, Jerry Williams,
Man,
that was a great team, man.
Luther Head.
Right. Luther Head and Powell. Who is Powell coaching now?
Roger Powell.
Valparaiso.
Who is he coaching
now?
He's Valparaiso. Yeah, I went to a game the other week. Took my team there.
That's right, because you posted that, Corey, right?
Yeah, I took.
You posted a game at Valparaiso.
Valpo, They played Indiana State.
And then I ended up running into something on Facebook talking about Roger Powell being the coach at Valparaiso now. Oh my!
They lost in overtime in the tournament. They had a good game in
conference,
against Bradley or Illinois State. I can't remember who it was. The Illinois team, but it was a good game. But I saw him on the sideline. Oh yeah, I'm like, good old Roger Powell. He was so good in that Final Four and the whole run they had. So he's such a great ball player.
Yeah. Yep. And so
Illinois Michigan rematch 89 Final Four. That'd be that was before your time, Brandon. That was. And you weren't born in '89.
I wasn't born. You're right. I wasn't born.
That was a classic. That was a classic game. And I ran into them guys together. It was funny. I was working in Champ Sports back in '94, and Sean Higgins came in. I think it was a charity game going on in the city, so a lot of them was together, and they was coming through the mall, and Sean Higgins was together with Nick Anderson.
Okay.
I said, man, I bet y'all wouldn't hang. I said, man, you hanging with this guy now? I said, I know you didn't like him a few years back. And they was like, they started laughing. Like, don't bring that up. Don't bring that up.
Yeah.
So wait, did the other guy play for Michigan, Corey?
Yeah. Nick Anderson was Illinois, and Higgins was Michigan.
Right, I know Nick Anderson was yeah.
Yeah, didn't he get the layup?
He got the putback.
Got the offensive. They got an offensive rebound with under a second to go, and they won it by the Final Four game by 2. Yeah. And then they beat Seton Hall in overtime to win the
national championship.
They beat Seton Hall in overtime. So Illinois beat them 2 weeks earlier at Michigan by 15, and but Illinois beat them twice. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Michigan, their coach left, and then their coach came in and took them all the way. It's crazy, right? I mean, that was
that's when Frieda left and Steve Fisher came in and took over in that year.
And I'm like, what are they talking about, bro? Like, I'm just listening.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Glenn Rice was on that team, right?
Glenn Rice was everything that year. He was the one, he took over the tournament by himself. Like, he would make shots. Crazy. It was a Glenn Rice show. He would make shots. He had that patented jump shot. He'd be burying stuff. He'd get open. They would set screen after screen, and he would just be burying jumpers from everywhere. He could bury jumpers from everywhere with Glenn Rice. He was unbelievable shooter. Just unbelievable shooter. You give him some.
That's right.
Yeah. They had Ramil Robinson.
Yep.
Terry Mills.
Yep.
And they had Vaughn. Was it Vaughn? Yeah.
This is before the Fab Five. This is before the Fab Five.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's right before the Fab Five. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They were the Flying Illini. They had Kendall Gill. They had
Kenny Battle.
Marcus Liberty, Nick Anderson.
Marcus Liberty. Yeah, I've heard so many stories about Marcus Liberty.
Yeah. Nick Anderson was. I mean, they were in Steve Bardo. They could run and gun, and they were a great team to watch. That was a great season for great. So.
Wow.
I mean, I agree with Jamar. I watch a lot of Big Ten. This is probably their best season in a long time. I agree. They have so many teams in the top 16. They have 5 teams in the top 16. If they're ever going to win it, this is the year Big Ten. Someone's got to win in Big Ten. This is one of their best shots. So if they ever win, 26 year drought. It's pretty long. It's pretty long for big. They're dominating football, but
right.
Yeah.
All these teams now in football. Indiana's coming out of nowhere. How's Michigan?
Yeah, next year it's going to be Rutgers.
They have 3 in a row. Yeah.
Rutgers.
Yeah,
That's fake.
I mean, but Ian, if I literally last year would have said Indiana, everybody would have laughed just like they laughed.
Well, I wouldn't say last year.
Year before.
They went to the year before. They went to the playoff last year. They only lost 2 games.
They went to the playoff. But if I would have said Indiana would have dominated college football the way they did this year, y'all would have laughed at me.
Yeah, everybody, not last year.
Because Indiana, they dominated college football this year. Like Alabama did in the past, and some of those Miami teams, they dominated. It ain't no way any genius could have predicted Indiana doing the way they did it.
But I mean,
they did it unprecedented, and I have never. They dominated like one of those old school Miami SEC schools. Like they kicked ass the entire year.
I did tell you they only lost to what the year before. They only lost to 2 teams. Was it Notre Dame and Ohio State?
Notre Dame and the national champion, Ohio State.
And it was the 2 teams that played the national championship. So,
but Ian, if I still would have told you that Indiana would have did stuff the way they did it this year, would you really would have been like, it's possible?
Yeah. Because I kind of knew that they was gonna beat Ohio State. They wanted that game. They have a circle. They have been waiting on that all year. They didn't play in the regular season, and they just met up in the championship game, and I was like, Jamar said I don't have the warm fuzzies about this one. But yeah, but now 2 years ago, 3 years ago, nah, not a chance. No, not a chance. Not a chance. He's definitely turned the culture around in Indiana, and like we said, that goes back to NIL, man. NIL, right coach, right system.
Get the right
But
player.
the thing about NIL was that Indiana didn't really have a lot of NIL players.
But
we talked about that all year on the podcast.
They
were one of
right
the
players.
few teams that, they built it with, what do you say, a homegrown system. Like, it wasn't like a lot of guys transferring like Miami did, Miami had a lot of NIL guys.
Right.
Big names. Indiana was just kind of homegrown.
They had a lot of transfers, but it wasn't a lot of big transfers.
The
but
big
he just got a lot of guys to just buy in. You just told them, hey, I win.
The offensive line was all in the like 22, 23 year olds. They're very experienced and very, a lot of experience. I think was the key. Their lines were better than everyone thought. When you have good offensive and defensive lines, it makes such a big difference in
makes everything easy. Easy.
And so, that speaks with the Big Ten. And so Jamar is a big believer in the Big Ten, but the SEC has 10 schools in the tournament, and then the ACC has these powerhouses such as Duke. And so we'll see, guys. We'll see. And so Jamar, he has put on the page the tournament selection. So the Jay Goodwood Sports Challenge is taking place. I have entered my bracket, and so it's on the page posted right now, Kevin and Corey in. So if you guys could invite a friend as well, there is an incentive financially, and so if you guys can get in, it'll be great. The more the merrier. And so we do have a bracket going place, a tournament challenge, makes it fun. And so, all right. So in this case, we got all three of you guys believe Arizona for you, at least for one of your brackets.
For one bracket, yeah.
Right? Yes, you got Arizona. Jamar, between Illinois and Michigan, who do you think will win, bro? Do you got Illinois winning it all, or Michigan? And for me, at least for one of my brackets, this bracket for the show, I got Florida. But in my other bracket, I got Duke. And then in my other bracket, I got Michigan. So
just thinking all the number one seeds.
In the Big Ten team.
One seed usually wins. One, like I said, 14 of the last 18 years, the number one seed has won. So
who was the last overall number one seed to win? I'm very interested to know. I'm really curious.
I'm trying to Google real quick.
I think Connecticut.
Right.
I think Connecticut.
Probably Connecticut. I can see that.
Not the first year they won it. They were like a 3 seed or 4 seed, and they were just flying, but they didn't have a great regular season. They got super hot. But the next year,
Kevin.
What's that?
Say Kentucky in 2012.
Kentucky, the Kentucky with Anthony Davis
In 2012, what I'm.
I got Florida. I don't know why I'm getting Florida from 07 with Joakim Noah team.
Yeah, this
with Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer and all those guys.
Torian Green, Al Horford.
Torian Green. Yeah, that's what I'm getting according to Google. I'm getting the 2007 Florida Gators.
Yeah, because I'm getting 2012 Kentucky into the tournament as the number one overall seed.
That's still a long time though. Even with both teams, that's still a long time.
It's just this says 2007 Gators were
really
right. Yeah, that's what I got too, Kevin. I got the 2007 Gators.
Yeah.
Yeah, but regardless of the fact, and like you said, it's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time.
We was in high school.
We was in high school. We was in high school.
I was in high school.
Absolutely.
I just turned 35 last month.
Right.
That was a long time ago, man. Oh.
Yeah. We were in high school, man.
That's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And so, yeah.
Almost 20, technically almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did I see a stat earlier today that almost more to make me change my bracket? Did I see something that said Nebraska hadn't never won a game in the tournament? I said, hold on, I got
wow.
going 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And their team, I think.
I mean,
they should be Troy.
I put them in the 16 against Florida. I got them losing in the 16 here, but I see them like
they got some good wins. They beat Illinois. They beat
Purdue.
I think they beat Michigan State. I think
they beat Wisconsin too.
Yeah,
they got some big man who can step out and knock down the 3, spread the floor.
They got the coach's kid, little Hoiberg running around.
Yeah. So Freddie, he's turned that program around.
Yeah. He's done a good job. They turned it around. Nebraska's turned it around. Yeah. The football went south. The basketball's
right.
Definitely went
south. It went south when they lost that quarterback. When they lost the quarterback, he was the number 1 overall quarterback.
Yeah.
Transferred. Yeah. But, Nebraska basketball is good now because Freddie Hoiberg, when he was the coach for us with the Bulls, we sucked. We were awful.
And when he played for us, we sucked too.
We sucked too when he played for us too.
So it's like reverse.
It was right after the MJ era.
Reverse Billy Donovan. Now that we stink, it was a good Billy Donovan was a good run before, not whatever. So the college coaches.
Yeah, I remember as kids, and guys, we used to make fun of Freddie Hoiberg and the Bulls because they sucked so bad. I think Jordan left. He was always a fan favorite, right? So I remember going to the game as a kid. It was my very first Bulls game, and we was way up in the sky, right? Got binoculars, all this stuff. And I see Freddie Hoiberg in the game. We getting blew out, and Freddie Hoiberg scored a 3-pointer, and the crowd just went nuts. And literally, we was just like, this guy's totally a fan favorite. And we look up a game later, watching it on Channel 37 if you got Comcast Sportsnet. And we watching the Bulls get blowout again. And Freddie Hoiberg get in the game in the game of blowout. And he scored 2 points. And the commentator's like, Freddie! And we were just laughing so hard because we were like, Freddie Hoiberg is clearly a fan favorite here. We could suck regardless. And when he got hired, I'm like, I know they wanted him to hire. Like, he definitely was going to get hired because he was just a fan favorite, just totally a fan favorite. And so, yeah. Anyhow,
that was a bad bowl days. Those were when he was coaching.
Yeah.
They were
barely cracking 10 games.
Yeah, they barely. Yeah, those a few bad years. It was bad news, but. Yeah. They're back to tank. They're back to trying to do what they're doing. Second half of the year is definitely tanking year. So.
Yeah, I think they're on the way. They're on their way back to those days.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's a short tank. We'll see.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Hopefully we get a number 1 pick one day.
One of these days.
Right. Yeah, because as we all know as Bulls fans, and me, Jamar's been screaming this. We've all been screaming this on the podcast for years now. We were destined right in to make the play-in tournament. We were destined to be somewhere in that 7, 8, 9, 10 range. End up probably beating Atlanta in the first round of the play-in, and then get our ass kicked by Miami.
Yep, every year.
Right.
Every year.
3 years in a row.
About 2-3 years in a row.
3 years.
3 years in a row.
And I think they had to play in Miami twice, right?
Yeah.
Yep, they had to play in Miami twice.
Well, last year was in Chicago and we got whooped.
And they got blew out. I was like, y'all could just stay at home.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
That was in the United Center. I'm like, really? I turned on the TV and I turned it off. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, 3 years ago they were up by 4 points.
They should have won that one,
minutes
Kevin.
To go, did not score.
Yeah.
And Miami wins that game, and then Miami makes the finals.
Miami makes
right. As an 8
Miami
seed,
makes the finals and play Denver.
They lost to Denver, right? Miami lost to Denver.
They lost to Denver.
Yep.
That was the Nuggets' first season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As an 8 seed, and the Bulls had them by the ropes. They were up 4 points, and they felt they couldn't score the last 3 minutes and got outscored 12-0.
Yep.
So frustrating.
So I guess that year don't make you feel so bad. You lost to a team that went to the finals, so I guess that make you feel a little better.
The last 2 years, though, it's just been
just a waste of time.
Yeah, so it makes sense why they tanking then, guys. Then
they don't know how to tank properly, though.
Yeah, I was excited. I went to a game too long. I went to a Bulls Philly game. I got a free hat, and
it's a nice hat.
They won at the buzzer. They won. Vukovic hit a 3-pointer with 1 second to go. I'm like, they would be decent this year, and then it's just like they fell apart. So, it was a rough. They had a decent November, and then once they started having some injuries and some issues, they knew they had a tank. So.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, he ends up with a good draft pick, and the guy they drafted last year gets healthy, and they get some young players. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We got a lot of needs on that team. A whole lot of them. And so, Kevin and Corey, it was an absolute pleasure. This was a very, very fun podcast tonight.
Definitely.
Man. Just want to quickly, before we check out, we gotta talk about the women's side, guys. Now, on the women's side, it's a lot of blowouts. But we got to make a pick. Now, Kevin, I need your pick, Corey, and we can take some minutes to talk about this too. Ian, who do you got coming out on the women's side? You got UConn, man. You got South Carolina, UCLA. It's a couple squads. The only undefeated right now is UConn with Ozzie Fudd and those young ladies. But who you got, man?
I got UConn, but I want to see. I'm excited to see a girl from Iowa State. She is a true baller.
All these girls.
Yeah.
That's that girl that's been putting up numbers.
Yeah, she's a baller, dude. She's a baller.
She's been putting up numbers.
I definitely want to see how she performs, but can't go wrong with UConn. They just been so dominant. And it's like they just reload.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if Iowa State wins that first game, they play UConn in the second round, so that'd be a good game. See how she does against that.
Yeah.
She's averaging 25 points a game, so that's pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
She definitely can score it. Along with from Vanderbilt, Michaela Blakes. She's leading the nation in scoring. She's a bucket. She's a bucket. And then I think what I see, Hannah Hidalgo from Notre Dame is like the number 3 scorer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, so but as far as it's still on Ian, right? Before I start.
No.
Go ahead, Corey. Yeah, you good.
No, I was about to say, because looking at it, I'm definitely heavy going with the top 4, the number 1 seeds. Probably getting there, but it's gonna be definitely gonna be some good games along the way. I think I'm probably gonna if I pick with my heart, I'm gonna say South Carolina. But
so you think they'll take out UConn in the Final Four?
That's just if I pick with my heart. That's what I want to happen. But but based on the way things went last, it's a different year than last year. But I think I probably got actually UConn and UCLA going, and with UCLA being the champ.
That's who I got.
That's what I got. We're all copying each other.
I mean, it's the what it's the women's side. Generally, the women, but generally, Kevin, guys, the women is generally more easier to pick. You kind of know.
The cream of the crop normally just rise.
Yeah,
it's very rare you see a.
There's such a big separation on those top seeds. I mean, the bottom, the bottom seeds. They even have the spread on the the 1 seed game. It's minus. They're favored by 50 points. UCLA, like holy cow, first game, and then the 1 and 2 seeds are at home.
They play at home, right? They play at home. The first 2 rounds,
right?
Yeah.
First 2 rounds is such a hard. I mean, UCLA just crushed Iowa. Who's Iowa's a really good team. The number 2 seed, and they beat them by 40.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. So top 4
Texas
seeds.
just crushed South Carolina, Kevin.
Yeah.
And Texas, I think they should make the Final Four. They lucky they're not in South Carolina bracket, but they just crushed them by what, 23?
Yeah, and you lead 8 games, and the Sweet 16 games are in Fort Worth. So I think Texas is going to be.
They get home game.
They're getting home games. So
all the way through, right?
Yeah, I mean, you said they beat South Carolina. They just had a couple losses in the middle of the year, and they beat UCLA earlier in the year. So I mean, they beat them by 11. So that was early in the year, but UCLA hasn't lost since then. So we'll see. It's gonna, like you said, I think that the top 4 seeds, it's probably gonna go down to the top 4 seeds. But I think all 4 of them could beat each other. You know what I mean? Anybody could win out of those 4. So it might take a while to get interesting. But if those 4 make it, I think the final 4 will be incredible.
It will be incredible. And then you took the words out of my mouth, Kevin, because Corey, Kevin, I want to see UConn and South Carolina. I want to see that.
Yeah, I want the rematch last year.
I want to see that one bad. Yes. That was a rematch from the Final Four last year, right?
Yeah, the championship.
Or was it the championship?
The championship, and UConn.
It was the championship. Okay.
Put the smack on them.
Right. And so, yeah, that's right, because UConn won it all last year.
Yep.
Paige went out with a bang. Yeah, I remember that. That was a nice run they had last year. Very nice run. And so, yeah, for me, what about you, Corey? You got UConn, UCLA, and you got UConn winning it all as well.
No, I said UCLA, but of course I want South Carolina to do it, but I pick UCLA.
Okay. So you think UCLA will knock off UConn in the national championship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. And I think if UCLA play Texas in that Final Four matchup, that's going to be a hell of a matchup too. Because I mean, all 4 of these games, if they were to happen, would be a lot of WNBA talent on the floor for sure. And so, and so I think we all picked UConn. And we'll see what happens on the women's side.
I had UCLA winning.
Okay.
Yeah, I got UCLA.
Okay, so all right, so we got UCLA for Kevin, and you got UConn?
UConn, yep.
Yeah. All right, so 2 for UConn, 2 for UCLA. We'll see.
Yeah,
so
I need Gino to lose.
Yeah, man, he's dominant, man.
Preferably, I hope Don beat him again.
He is dominant, man.
He's so dominant.
He is. He's a great one, man. He's a great one.
Yeah,
and if this would be one of the most impressive jobs, if Dawn can get this South Carolina team y'all through to the national championship and win it all, man, it'd be one of her best coaching jobs.
The one good thing I took from them losing to Texas in the SEC tournament, the last time they lost in the SEC tournament, they won the Natty. So thinking they got if Tanaya Latson can come out here and play like she was the leading scorer in the country last year when she was in Florida State, if we can see that Tanaya Latson and have a couple of breakout games, they can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The one team I do want to mention as a sleeper really quickly is LSU because they're number 2 seed. They have some great players on that side too. Couple national
Definitely.
champions on that team as well. What is the chick that rap in? What's her name, y'all?
Flau'jae.
Flau'jae.
They got Flau'jae and Michaela Williams.
And Michaela Williams. I think they could give UCLA a run for their money in the Elite Eight. Now, I don't know if it's right, but likely in women's basketball, that might be the case. They might likely meet. And so if they do, I think that'll be a tough matchup for UCLA because it'll be a battle of paces. UCLA like to slow it down. LSU like to run it. So, that'd be an interesting one. And shout out to Western Illinois, y'all, who made the tournament as well.
And Illinois said that Illinois is a 7th seed. This is one of the highest seeds. I think they got a very good year for Illinois women's basketball. I mean, the Big Ten was so loaded. I mean, in the women's side, it was like, was it 10 teams made it or something? It was crazy, and it's just so loaded at the Big Ten. I think Illinois was like a 9 seed. I think they were a 9 seed and made the tournament. It's just so loaded, the Big Ten this year.
No, they're a 7 seed.
A 7 seed? No, I'm saying in the Big Ten tournament they were like a 9 seed.
Okay, a 9 seed. Wow, they were a 9 seed in the Big Ten and a 7 seed literally in the NCAA. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, and shout out to Western Illinois too, Kevin, because they made the tournament too for their first time.
That's good. That's good. You got 4 Illinois teams. Illinois. There's not many Illinois teams making tournaments. Illinois representing the state.
DePaul used to be really good on the women's side, Kev.
They need to get back to that. The coach retired, and they're building the program up from scratch. So so it's gonna take a while to get back. But I mean, they're in a good conference. They got if the coach is right, and hopefully they'll come back. I mean, they were winning the conference until Connecticut came, and then they were coming in second for a bunch of years and making a tournament. He had a good long run, Doug Bruno. And great coach, great guy. They're rebuilding. So I mean, but hopefully they'll be back like the men's side. And if the coach they just brought in, she's in her first year. I mean, hopefully they'll turn it around. But we'll see. Hopefully, as an alum. You want to see the basketball come back because that's our bread and butter, and we're the biggest Catholic university in the U.S. There's no reason why we shouldn't be doing well in sports. So at least be competitive. Be as good as Villanova, be as good as Marquette, be as good as Georgetown or St. John's. There's no reason we shouldn't be. So
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And so. Fellas, appreciate it again. Ian, Kevin, Corey, any final thoughts as we head into Tuesday in this case? Any final thoughts, fellas? And we start with you.
Man, it's finally March Madness, man. I'm excited to see what happened on both ends, the men's and the women's. See what Duke gonna do. See what a lot of these freshmen how they gonna perform under this pressure, under these big lights. This ain't the regular season no more, baby. It's got to get it done. One loss and it's over with. So I'm just excited to see that. It gets real exciting around this time. Real exciting. So I'm excited.
Yes. Kev.
Yeah, I'm excited about the tournament and all the other stuff going on. I appreciate you having me on, Brandon, too, and asked me to come on. You got the men's, double interest men's and the women's side. Gonna be great games. The World Baseball Classic still going. Your Venezuela is up now in the 9th inning against Italy, so it could be a USA Venezuela game tomorrow. So that'd be fun. Baseball starts in a week. The weather is not like that. You're missing a snowstorm here, Brandon, in Chicago. And
I heard. I've seen it online on my phone.
Yeah, my basketball hoop fell down over the weekend with the wind and the storm and broke. It's very disconcerting. And I can't shoot in my driveway anymore, so I get a new one. So it's been a rough time with the weather here. But shout out. It's a good time for sports, and with the, like I said, the baseball starting, and there's NFL free agency and the draft and NBA and hockey is still going on, and you got baseball and March Madness, over the next couple weeks. It's great to see. There's always a lot of good stuff to watch, good games, good competitive games. And, the first weekend of the tournament's just, just great just to watch all those games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday with the women's. So you have 5 days of basketball. You got, and then right after that, Sweet 16 and Elite 8 games should be excellent. I'm hoping Illinois has some success this year. It'd be great to see them in the Elite 8 or the Final Four get there. John, I appreciate it. Love talking sports with you, and we'll see where it goes over the next few weeks. So we'll see what happens.
Yes. Corey, any final thoughts or shout outs?
Man, just let the madness begin. Well, we actually just got through with the original March Madness, Illinois high school basketball.
It was crazy.
Which was crazy. So now we getting into this NCAA college. It's probably my favorite time of the year. So yeah.
Are you coaching the varsity team there? I'm sorry, you coach the varsity team, TF South, or?
So I'm the JV head coach, but actually just last week just got moved up to be the assistant.
Okay, great.
Just assistant.
Congrats, Corey.
Congrats.
Are you guys 4A or 3A? What are you guys, 4A?
We're 4A.
How did Marist win? Marist the first time winning it. I can't believe they beat Bennett.
They got a lot of talent. A lot of talent over there.
My high school was the last team that beat them. St. Pat's.
Okay.
Beat them Marist by 11. I'm like, and Marist was very impressive then in the playoffs. I couldn't, after St. Pat's got knocked out. Frustrating. They were in the same bracket as DePaul, and Bennett was so tough all year. Bennett and DePaul.
Yeah, them two. Like when they played each other in the semifinals, everybody was saying, "Man, it's the championship right here."
That's right.
But Marist, like, they heard that. They said no, because I actually went to the Marist Bennett game about a month ago.
Okay.
It was basically they was playing for the basically like the conference championship.
East Suburban Conference, the last one. Yeah, last one for East Suburban Conference championship.
Yeah.
ESCC, RIP.
And what's the name? Bennett kind of handled them pretty. It was a good game first half. Then Bennett kind of handled them. But then it came, like I said, that Saturday was a different ball game. Like I said, actually, one of the kids, I've coached one of my friends' son, the point guard. So, TJ Tate. So, they was real solid, play with poise. And they came with some lockdown defense.
Wow.
But thanks for having me on here.
Is Marist far from you? Is that far from you, Marist? Or?
That's it. I'm in the south suburbs, so it's like 20 minutes from me.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm north side. So.
Oh, okay.
St. Pat's High School.
Yeah.
So
y'all got the crazy student section. They keep it live.
The crazy student section.
They keep it live.
Yes. Yes. But they know St. Pat's got bumped up to 4A, and they were playing. They played Curry this year. Barely lost to them. Barely lost to DePaul. Barely lost to Bennett in the regular season, and then they beat Marist, and so they had some success. But they actually last year, Path made it to the Final Four of 3A, which was the first time they ever went downstate. So then they got bumped up. So small school doing good, same like Marist.
Yeah, because I was at that super sectional game last year when they was played at UIC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was the year before when they lost in overtime, and then they beat Marcon. I had COVID last year. I didn't go, and I ran into the coach for St. Pat's. I'm like, I was bad luck the year before. I'm glad I didn't go. You guys finally made it. So I watched that game on TV, and I was like, so that was so great they made it there. But it's high school basketball is great to watch. It's fun in person. And I'm sure you miss it, Brandon. Just watching it here or watching it, going to a game.
I paid attention online.
Yeah, online. You catch some of the games too, online too. Yeah.
So. Yeah, but heard about Marist, East St. Louis. Checked in on my Morgan Park Mustangs. They had lost to Leo. so it was a variety of, different teams that I paid attention to, St. Pat's. But yeah,
well, that's great. Congratulations to your coaching varsity, assistant coach varsity. That's great.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Corey, congrats, man. And yeah, guys, I just appreciate it. I'm ecstatic, man. I'm really ecstatic that you guys came on. And so, with that being said, world, we had a blast tonight. I'm ecstatic because I got Corey, Kevin, and Ian all on here together to talk the NCAA tournament special. And so that being said, we got a lot of sports happening. Enjoy them all. NCAA tournament, men's and women's side, all the different things that we mentioned. And so on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to say thank you for tuning in with us this evening. Continue to chop it up with us and support our podcast on various platforms. And if you are and would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love support is truly appreciated. We hope you all have a blessed and safe evening. Peace.
Peace.